This was by far one of the most one-sided games I've ever been a part of, and it all starts with me taking down Loki. And just the sight of Loki alone should have been an indicator of what's to come, because I've barely seen Loki this season. After I took down Mantis, I was both healers down, so taking the first point was a piece of cake. We've got momentum, so I zipline to my favorite spot, and as I set up turret, Evil Rocket tries to kill me, and he's almost successful, but his gamble doesn't pay off. And in the long run, this really cost us team, because I pop my ult, Angela kidnaps Magneto, I send him back to spawn, Rocket's coming out of spawn, and I was attempt to send him back there, and eventually I achieve my goal, and I take down Namor too. Blade appeared out of nowhere, and he disappears just as quick. Invis also tries to disappear, Angela doesn't let that happen. Blade tried to disappear again, but I've had enough of him and his flash step. We took the second point and had nearly 6 minutes of time to push to the final point. I've never seen this much time before. I set up turret on the payload to push forward, I'm farming ult, I'm applying pressure, and I pressure Invis into ulting early. Mag tries to dunk on her, we get Amplifier, Wolverine ults and kills the enemy Magneto. At the same time, the enemy team uses Amplifier and Namor ults, and I'm gonna try and get hit by his mother, so I get the hell out of there. Iron Fist was harassing my healers, he tries to escape, but not on my watch. And as I tried to set up turret on the payload again, Blade ults. But fortunately, my cloak ulted, which kept me alive. Mag tried to dunk on her, he missed, so that means I get to ult. I take down the enemy Magneto, we're pushing towards the final point, and there's no one to really stop us. Namor tried to touch, but we all knew he wasn't gonna make it in time. And we proceed to win the half with 4 minutes and 28 seconds in the bank. We end up not needing any of those 4 minutes and 28 seconds though, because the second half was mostly a walk in the park. This is my highlight play of the game. You know, I've got Amplifier, I took down Luna, Invis ults, Angela ults, there's a lot going on, but in the midst of the madness I take down Thor, and I turn my focus to Namor, and Invis is trying her best to keep this guy alive, which was weird to me, because don't she hate this nigga? And then she remembers that, oh yeah, I do hate this nigga, so she lets him die. I take down Iron Fist, and Angela takes down Invis. In the final seconds of the game, Emma runs onto the point just so she can delay, but ultimately that's what she can do, delay. Once again, Namor tried to touch, but just like in the first half, he just wasn't quick enough. If you enjoyed this video, drop a follow. I'd hate for you to miss any more of my war journals.